Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today I'm going to be starting a new, hopefully monthly series where I show off all the things I've purchased throughout a particular month, this one being January of 2019. I figure it'll give me a little way to show off and talk a little bit about all the things that I buy, since I don't necessarily get around to reviewing everything that I get nowadays. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alright, I'm going to start off with import stuff, as that kind of stuff tends to be more interesting, at least to me. And first off, we have SH Figuarts Ron. If you've seen SH Figuarts Harry, this is basically the same figure with a few different things, like the head and some of the accessories. I'm enjoying the fact that there is an SH Figuarts Harry Potter line, and this figure is perfectly fine and something that you gotta get if you want to get all the Harry Potter stuff. Next, we have SH Figuarts Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. Not a figure that I was massively interested in whenever it was announced because I've already got several Trunkses, but this one is a really good Trunks, and if you are a fan of the Dragon Ball Super design for Trunks, which I'm okay on, it's fine, it's a excellent figure and something certainly worth picking up. Next up is SH Figuarts Kid Krillin from the Dragon Ball line, a line that I am annoyed by due to the fact that they scaled it very unusually. Otherwise, I have no real complaints. It's the same body as Kid Goku, but it's got a Krillin head and some Krillin accessories. If you like Dragon Ball, and I do personally like Dragon Ball more than any of the other Dragon Ball series, he is certainly a cool thing to have. Next up is SH Figuarts Madara Uchiha, who I just barely managed to get for a reasonable price, as he is apparently really expensive nowadays. I hadn't paid attention to how pricey he had been getting, but I did luckily manage to pick one up for retail, and he's a pretty average figure. Honestly, nothing special, but if you want to have all of the Naruto stuff, you kind of have to have him. And he fills the spot of having an articulated Madara figure, so that's fine. Next, we have, like, the fourth reissue of Revoltech Woody. I've wanted to have him for a long time, and I figured the newest reissue would be a good time to just go ahead and pick one up. He's basically the meme action figure. You've probably seen him all over the internet, whether you collect action figures or not, and I finally wanted to have one. Plus, Toy Story is just a good movie. I'd like to have the other Revoltech Toy Story figures too, even if this wasn't like a big meme figure. So I'm hoping they reissue Jessie, because she's very expensive, and Buzz is affordable, so I'll probably pick him up at some point. Next up, we have the second X Manase Shizui, which I've actually already reviewed, and it was in my top 10 figures of 2018 list, but I technically didn't get it till the very beginning of January, so it also gets to be included in this video, and she's just really cool. If you want to see more about it, there's a review you can watch that I made with my mouth and my hands and the other stuff you use to make videos. And then we have our Good Smile Tenga Robot, another thing that I've already reviewed. It's a cute little thing to have. It's a fairly cheap figure. It probably still costs a bit more than it should with its articulation limits. Once again, it is something you can go watch a review of if you would like to see more of it. Now we've got some Figma stuff, starting off with the Figma Groom and Bride, which I bought as a set from a friend on Discord. I mostly just wanted the Bride, but he wanted to sell them as a set, so I got both of them. They're nice, generic figures of a bride and groom. There's not really much to say other than that. If you want something like that, this is a good thing to pick up. They're also making black variants for both of them later on in the future. Black as in clothes, not black as in skin. Although maybe they'll do that, but probably not. And rounding up the import stuff with our last Figma, which is Seto Kaiba. A figure that I've been wanting since it was first announced, and I just now got around to picking it up. I'm pretty much willing to buy anything that they make from the first series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff before it starts being GX and card games on motorcycles and whatever else they had after that. And he's just a really solid addition to the Figma Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection. Hopefully they make more. I want Pegasus. Give me Pegasus. On to our domestic stuff, I have here the Build-A-Figure Onslaught from the Marvel Legends Onslaught wave. I bought it from the same person that I got the Figma Bride and Groom from, and he's just a Build-A-Figure that I wanted, and I don't have like any of the figures from that set, so it was easier just to get a full, complete one, and I got a good price on it, so yeah, there he is. He is a red and purple thing. And now we've got a bunch of WWE Elite stuff that I'm going to run through fairly quickly. We've got Hall of Champions Billy Gunn, Hall of Champions Road Dogg, Hall of Champions Jonathan Wrestling. Ciampa is also in this wave, but I've made my own custom Ciampa, so I do not need that one. Then we have WWE Elite Top Picks Finn Balor, and AJ Styles, and Seth Rollins. But you may notice something a bit unusual about this Seth Rollins if you've seen the actual figure, as I have combined this Seth Rollins with a different Elite Seth Rollins, as I don't really like the gear that the new Seth Rollins has, but the head sculpt on it was really good. And of course I want the 2 titles that he came with. So I just bashed them all together into a Frankenstein's monster of a Seth Rollins. And lastly, for our domestic figures and figures in general, as this is the last thing that I got, it is the Black Series Stormtrooper that comes with all of the stuff. I don't know what this figure's technically called. I didn't actually buy it. It was my Imager's Secret Santa gift thing that I got really late. But it seems like a cool thing if you want a Stormtrooper with all of the accessories and stuff. First Order Stormtrooper from the new movies. And that about wraps it up. That's everything. I can't actually fit everything into my reviewing area, but that's most everything. Hopefully you found some of that stuff interesting, and I should have reviews for at least a few of these things coming out in the future. I actually already have most of the video for Ron done. I just have to finish it, but I am lazy, so it will take an unspecified amount of time to complete. So until next time, goodbye!